And welcome into SportsTownChicago.com, Moraine Valley Community College. The Cyclones taking on the Lake County Lancers. And there's the pitch. That's going to be the second pitch of the game, as that one is going to go high and up out of the zone. 1-1 is the count to Deanna Wise, who is the center fielder for the Lancers, the right-handed batter, wearing the blue jerseys with the white letters and numbers. That one's going to be swung on and hit over to the third baseman. That's going to be Urchel over to Veen and get the first out of the inning.
Good play there by 3B. Absolutely just got down on it, watched it into the glove. She's wearing the protective face mask. It's always a good thing to see, playing safe out there. But good job taking her time. It's something you've seen a lot at the high school level is a lot of times the third basemen haven't really taken their time getting the ball over where it needs to go.
Yep, got to take your time. That pitch to Casey Mata, that one's going to be low and inside. She is the second baseman for the Lancers. That pitch right there from Stacey, it's going to go high and in tight. That's 2-0 on the count.
Interesting swing there. You could tell she's more of a directional hitter, pulling that bat around quickly.
That pitch right there is going to be inside to Mata, as Stacey Eunice gets herself into a 3-0 hole right here to the number 2 hitter. Stacey Eunice in the circle, and there's the pitch. That one's going to be a strike right down the center of the plate. Mata was taking the whole time there.
Stacey Eunice has got to find her groove right now. More balls and strikes, not what you like to see if you're a Cyclone fan. Mata doing the smart thing. She's got some wheels. Get on base.
And here comes the pitch from Stacey Eunice. That one's going to be high and in tight. That's going to be a walk right there to Mata. And up next is the catcher, Alexis Lopez, with a runner on first base.
Yeah, she's done a good job, or she did a good job there getting onto the bag. Doesn't necessarily need much help. Lopez, some power. That one goes high.
That pitch from Stacey Eunice goes high to Lopez, getting herself in an early hole once again with Casey Mata over at first base. Here comes the pitch from Stacey Eunice. That one's going to be outside, and ball 2 right there.
Got to appreciate the neon green mouthpiece.
Yeah, I always wanted to wear a mouthpiece, but, never really needed it for baseball. That pitch right there from Stacey Eunice is going to be a strike right down the middle of the plate. Lopez taking the whole time.
You never know.
2-1 is the count. 1 out here in the top of the first inning. And the pitch, that one's going to be high and up. High and up. That's a double negative, Kyle. 3-1 is the count.
Or a double positive if you're a, Lake County fan.
That's true. Pitch from Stacey Eunice. That one's going to be swung on and fouled straight back to the fence. Full count on Lopez. Runner Mata is going to be off with the pitch here.
I like what Stacey Eunice, she took our advice pregame. She was having trouble with the Under Armour forearm bands, so we told her show off the guns a bit. She put it above the elbow, and there you go, full count.
Here comes the pitch from Stacey Eunice. That one's going to be swung on and hit over to the right side. That one's going to go out of play and hit off the top of the dugout as Veen for the Cyclones tries to go over there, but she can't get there in time. Still a full count here. 1 out at Moraine Valley Community College at Palos Heights. Palos Hills. Always get them confused. And here comes the pitch from Stacey Eunice. That one's going to be low in the dirt. Going to get another walk as Mata goes to second, and Lopez is going to be standing on first.
Yeah, right now, and it's one thing you see a lot in softball, if the pitcher isn't getting it where it exactly needs to go, there's not a lot of leeway behind that home plate. If the ump's not calling it, if he wants you to keep it in that zone, he's going to make you keep it in that zone. So absolutely make sure, if you're the hitters right now, you're waiting for it.
Absolutely.
You're making her throw it down the pipeline.
That pitch right there from Stacey Eunice to Brenda Botzenhart. She is your shortstop for the Lancers. This pitch from Stacey Eunice, that one's going to go up and high. 1-1 is the count, with runners on first and second. 1 out here at Moraine Valley Community College. And the pitch, that one's going to be swung on and checked. That's going to be hit to Stacey Eunice. She's going to throw it over to third.
Good, smart play. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
No, very smart play right there by Stacey Eunice to send that one over to Urchel over there at third base to get the force out. So that one's going to go 1-5 on the putout. 2 outs here.
Very smart play. adjusted our webcam for all of our listeners at home. This is available on our live stream account. You now have the pitcher and hole catcher exchange, including the first baseman.
There you go, Pete. Thinking with your head.
Something, I don't know what. Maybe my left foot sometimes. 2 outs here, top of the first.
And there's the pitch. That one's going to sail high by Stasunis. And up to bat now is Shannon Cooley, going to be the pitcher for the Lancers. 2 outs here. 1-1 is the count. And Stasunis with the pitch. Going to be low in the dirt. Good eye by Cooley.
Well, and again, even the, Cooley is recognized, especially what the other hitters have done so far today. You got to be patient. Look at it. It's already 2-1 the count.
That pitch is high and inside. Cooley once again with a good eye, making sure to lay off of the bad pitches. As 3-1 is the count, and Stasunis back in the circle.
At least Stasunis looks intimidating with the, good hit.
That one's going to be hit out to center field. Not going to be able to get there. That one's going to get away from Ravalklaba, and the runners are going to come around and score. And Cooley is going to chug all the way to third, and she's going to be in with a stand-up triple as Lopez and Botsenhart both come around and score on that stand-up triple by Cooley.
Well, Cooley was waiting for one to go over to the heart of plate. She knew that Stasunis had to throw a strike eventually, lined up on that one hard. If she would have been able to pull that one, that would have clearly been gone. Bounce back to the fence between the right fielder and center fielder. Quick 2-0 lead for Lake County.
Yes, it is. Here comes the pitch from Stasunis. That one's going to be low in the dirt to Mary Vandermeer, who is the third baseman for the Lancers.
We got some names to work with today, huh?
That we do. 0-1 is the count. Or 1-0 is the count. Sorry about that. And Stasunis back in the circle. Here comes the pitch. That one's going to be inside. 2-0 is the count. 2 outs here. 2-0. The Lancers are early in the lead. And Vandermeer back in the box. And Stasunis with the pitch. That one's going to be high and inside to Vandermeer. 3-0 is the count. As Stasunis continues to get herself into a jam.
Yeah, her release point is very late in the delivery. And that time into the dirt, you can tell she's trying to make that mental adjustment in between each pitch. Now runners at the corners, 2 outs.
And up next is number 11, Hannah Graham.
I was like, I hope you know her number because she's not wearing oh, there it is. Very small letters on her helmet.
Yeah.
Her numbers.
And on the back of her shirt. Must be a little chilly. Here comes the pitch from Stasunis. That one's going to be high, right about the letters. Not going to get that one. Runners on the corner got Vandermeer at first and Shannon Cooley at third. 1 ball, no strikes. Here comes the pitch from Stasunis. That pitch is going to be high once again.
And Stasunis showing a bit of frustration on the mound. She knows she's not going to get these calls today. She is going to have to deliver it.
That pitch is going to be swung on and snagged by Stasunis as she fires over to Veen. And that's going to be end of the top of the first as the Lancers plate 2 and Moraine Valley coming up next. So we're going to take a quick timeout, and when we come back, we'll see if Moraine Valley can put up a tally themselves. Right here, SportsTownChicago.com.
SportsTownChicago.com is the internet sports station that is located at the Illinois Center for Broadcasting in Lombard, Illinois. We offer you a chance, or should I say, an opportunity, to become an on-air personality, get invited to live sporting events, and we teach you how to interact with your listeners. Get the training you need to get in the broadcasting industry. Just go to SportsTownChicago.com or dial 630-916-1700.
Friday Night Hoops.
We've got ball!
Basketballs, that is. Yes, that's right. We're bringing you all the high school basketball news from around the area.
Whoopee!
Fridays from 5 to 7 p.m. only on SportsTownChicago.com.
My son is always going up to its room to listen to SportsTownChicago.com. I'm a little worried.
Leave me alone!
Frankly, I'm scared he's going to go blind.
Hey. Hey. Teach me how to do it. Hey.
And back here on SportsTownChicago.com, Kyle Griffin alongside Dr. Pete. As up next is going to be the Moraine Valley Cyclones, trying to see if they can get back that 2-run lead given up in the top of the first. Starting things off is going to be number 14, Courtney Wheaton, and then Samantha Stasunis and Danielle Stark. That's going to be 1, 2, and 3 for the Cyclones. And pitching for the Lancers is going to be Cooley, who hit that triple to plate the 2 runs, giving herself some room to work with here in the bottom of the first inning.
Yeah, the Cyclones, they have been able to get some runs so far this season, especially in a recent matchup against Elgin Community College, 15-5 in one of the games there, and 13-5 in the second one of that doubleheader. Down right at the knees, called strike.
And a pitch from Cooley right down the middle of the plate as Wheaton looks at that one and takes a strike right down the middle of the plate. Cooley with the pink headband in her hair, and here's the pitch. That one's going to be high and outside to Wheaton.
Maybe if we wore headbands like that, we'd be better broadcasters.
Well, maybe if this was 5 or 6 years ago, I probably would have been able to, as I had the long, shaggy hair.
Oh, I thought it was because 5, 6 years ago you were allowed to wear pink.
No, I still wear pink anyways. 2-1 is the count. That pitch was high and inside to Wheaton.
Wheaton, freshman out of Ileana Christian High School.
As Cooley in the circle, and here comes the pitch. That one's going to be a ball on the outside portion of the plate, as Cooley with a very fluid delivery, and that one just comes off ever so slight on the outside corner. Here comes the pitch from Cooley. That one's going to be swung on and fouled straight back into the marshy area behind the softball complex here. 3-2.
That'd be fun to wedge out of.
Maybe for you. I think I'll take my chances in the fairway. Well, 2-0. The Lancers lead here.
I've made a career out of hitting out of places like that.
Yeah, you have. As Wheaton takes the walk, and up next is the pitcher, Stasunis. As getting into trouble early is Cooley for the Lancers. Going from left to right for the Lancers. Graham out in left field, Wise in center field, Runyon in right, Vandermeer, Botzenhart, Mata, and Sanchez. As that pitch right down the middle of the plate to Stasunis. And 0-1 is the count. And behind the plate for the Lancers is Lopez. As Cooley back into the circle. And here comes the pitch. That one's going to be swung on and fouled straight back once again. 0-2 is the count to Stasunis.
Yeah, Stasunis in one of the last games went 2 for 4, the double and a triple. So she's got a hot bat right now coming into this matchup.
That she does. And here comes the pitch from Cooley. The pitch is going to be on the outside portion of the plate. 1-2 is the count. As Stasunis taking a good eye at that one, not to take a swing at it.
Yeah, Stark in the batter's box right now also went 2 for 4, the double and a triple in one of her last matchups.
That one swung on and hit to the right side, but that one's going to go out of play. Keeping herself alive as we need to get some more balls as we've had all the ones go out of play so far.
Yeah, two toward the back there and one to the far side.
Stasunis getting ready to get back into the batter's box. Rain Valley wearing the all-black uniforms with the white trim around the arm and the neck. And here comes the pitch from Cooley. That one's going to be swung on and fouled straight back. Just able to make contact with that one. 1-2 is the count. No outs here. Runner on first base is Courtney Wheaton, getting herself an early walk. And on deck, just like you said, Pete, is Danielle Stark. Cooley back into the box. And here comes the pitch. That pitch is going to be on the outside portion of the plate. Wheaton's going to take second as that one gets away from the catcher, Lopez. And Cooley has put herself at 2-2 against Stasunis.
I wonder if Stark's gonna get a hit. We can get some Iron Man quotes going. Stark Industries and stuff like that.
That's what I'm hoping for.
We'll be able to say things like Danielle the War Machine Stark.
I think so. Pitch from Cooley. That pitch is going to be in the outside portion of the plate. Full count to Stasunis, able to work back from an 0-2 hole and keep herself alive.
Yeah, right now, Stasunis really making that count to her advantage.
Pitch on the inside portion of the plate. Going to get herself a walk and get herself on base. And up next is Danielle Stark, the shortstop for the Cyclones.
Yeah, Stark out of Stagg High School, so she has a long drive to school every day if she still lives in the same area.
Very far. That pitch right down the middle of the plate to Stark. As Cooley has been able to start these players for the Cyclones off very fast with a couple quick strikes, but just hasn't been able to put them away. And pitch from Cooley. That one's going to be swung on and fouled straight back into the marshy area once again. 0-2 is the count.
Mr. Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me. It's getting a little chilly.
Oh, Pete's a little cold.
I got my coat ready, though. You know, I don't. If you can avoid coatage.
If you can avoid the coat, it's a good day. But that one swung on and hit right down the right field line. That one's going to go out of play. 0-2 still the count. No outs here at Moraine Valley Community College.
Just a reminder to everybody, our main sponsor, the Illinois Center for Broadcasting. If you ever thought about being a softball broadcaster yourself, consider the Illinois Center for Broadcasting. Go to beonair.com or call 630-916-1700 to get your career started today. Softball, baseball, volleyball, hockey ball.
On deck for the Cyclones is Teresa Urchel. And here comes the pitch from Cooley. That one's going to be swung on and hit. She's going to be able to pick that one up and fire over to third. She's going to be out on the force out. And that is going to be Courtney Wheaton. She's going to be out on the force out at third. But runner Stacey Eunice advances to second. And Stark on first with the fielder's choice.
Yeah, smart play by both pitchers so far. There's a force at third in the top half and a force at third now. Both pitchers having the recognition. Get the out where the force is at third. Keep that runner away from scoring position.
That pitch swung on and missed. That one's going to be, actually it's going to be fouled straight into the glove, but that one's going to pop out. Going to be a strike on Urchel, who is the third baseman for the Cyclones.
Urchel, a former Mustang out of Evergreen Park High School.
Oh, there you go. That's Cooley back into the circle, and there's the pitch. That one's going to be swung on and hit down third base line, but that one's going to go foul.
Pulled the string on that one. I mean, that son of a gun, she's lucky she even made contact with it. She almost dropped to a knee because that was such a slow go.
Yes, it was. And as Cooley gets ready to get back into the circle, Urchel's back into the box. Two on, one out, 0-2 count. That pitch swung on and missed. That's going to be a strikeout on Teresa Urchel. And up next is Stephanie Ruvalcaba.
Yeah, that's a fun name to say 10 times fast. They had a rough go of it recently against Kankakee Community College, where Ruvalcaba had the only lone run for the Cyclones in the first game.
That pitch swung on and missed. A good fastball right there from Cooley. 2-0, or 2-0 here at Moraine Valley Community College. Cooley with the pitch. That one's going to be a strike right on the outside portion of the plate to Ruvalcaba. She can't pull the trigger on that one. And Cooley has herself 0-2 once again. Here comes the pitch from Cooley. That pitch is going to be on the outside portion of the plate. A little bit further on the outside than the pitch before that.
I wonder if they redo that Adele song, Rumor Has It, to like, Ruvalcaba, Ruvalcaba.
I mean, you could probably convince them to do it. Pitch from Cooley. That one's going to be swung on and missed. As another strikeout for Cooley. And that is the way the bottom of the first is going to end. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back here. SportsTownChicago.com.
SportsTownChicago.com is now bringing you behind the scenes with contestants from NBC's The Biggest Loser.
Holy cow!
Check out SportsTownChicago.com/Biggest Loser to download exclusive interviews with past contestants and winners.
Why are we so blessed?
Listen as they talk dieting, sports, hobbies, and life after The Biggest Loser. So log on to SportsTownChicago.com/Biggest Loser now.
God bless the internet.
SportsTownChicago.com, in a league of our own.
Have you ever wanted a career in sports broadcasting? Matt Abaticola here for the Illinois Center for Broadcasting. Their 10-month program offers hands-on training in both radio and television. Learn on-air and behind-the-scenes skills just like I did at ICB. ICB's 10-month program offers internships, job placement, and financial aid for those who qualify. You can host sports shows, do play-by-play, and color commentary of live games. For more information, text Be On Air to 46786. That's Be On Air to 46786, or go to beonair.com. Once again, that website is beonair.com.
And back here on SportsTownChicago.com, Kyle Griffin alongside Dr. Pete. 2-0 the Lancers lead here at Moraine Valley Community College as the Cyclones are taking on the Lancers. And up to bat for the Lancers is going to be Shayla Sanchez. That pitch right there is going to be on the outside portion of the plate to Sanchez. Starting herself off once again in a hole, 1-0, 2-0 the Lancers lead. Pitch from Stacey Eunice. That pitch is going to be right down the middle of the plate. Able to get herself back to a 1-1 count.
We just got to remember there's a lot of softball to be played today. Doubleheader, coming your way.
That was a
I'm
beautiful
telling you,
changeup.
there may be one that comes right at us. I will defend you, Griff.
Oh, well, I'm kind of hidden behind the fence, so
Yeah.
you might have to defend yourself first. That was a beautiful changeup right there.
Yeah.
by Stasunis had Sanchez way out on her front foot.
Yeah, we've seen some great changeups here today by both the pitchers.
Pitch by Stasunis, swung on and fouled over to the right-hand side by Sanchez. Very late on that swing. And 1-2 is your count to Sanchez. No outs here in the top of the second.
Stasunis really trying to get a feel.
That pitch low and in the dirt. 2-2 is the count. And just like you said, she's just trying to get a feel for everything that's going on here. It's still early. Gave up the 2 runs in the first inning. But, got to work yourself out of it, and she's doing that here. Pitch from Stasunis. That was going to be swung on and fouled straight over to the right-hand side once again by Sanchez. Just trying to keep herself alive with that swing.
The second ump has made her way to the field now. There was some vicious traffic today.
Yes, there was.
For an afternoon. Unbelievable.
Always is around this park. That one's going to be swung on. That one's going to go foul as the side spin creates that one to go out of play. 2-2 is still your count on Sanchez. I never went through the fielding order for the Cyclones. Wheaton in left, Rubalcaba in center, Rennick in right.
Rubalcaba.
Urchel start, Keurig and Veen right or left to right. That one's going to be swung on and hit to Stasunis. She's going to fire over to Veen and get the first out of the inning. Going to go 1-3 on the ground out there and get the first out of the inning.
Stasunis, I got to say, throughout all the baseball and softball we called high school and collegiate level this year, I would say one of the most strong throws to the first baseman in terms of, you got a dribbler, you got to make sure that ball gets where it needs to go. Yeah. Not pulling the first baseman off the bag, not making him work, right to the letters.
That pitch from Stasunis was right down the middle of the plate. Jordan Runyon couldn't pull the trigger. That was a beautiful changeup once again to Runyon. Had her out on her front foot, and she hit one that right off the plastic cap. Sends it over to the Lake County Lancers dugout. 0-2 is the count to Runyon. And looking to get another ball because that one probably got a nice little scuff mark on it from the side of the bat. I don't blame her for wanting to get another one.
Yeah.
As toss that ball over towards the dugout. Get ready to get back under play. Stasunis back in the circle.
Moraine doesn't have a lot of options for softballs here today. I could always run to my place. I think I got one.
Probably. Pitch from Stasunis is high.
I know in my you would laugh at my softball bag. I have 3 mitts, 2 16 inches, a 12-inch, and a bat. And a bag of seeds that's about 6 years old.
Ooh. Beautiful pitch right there.
You need him, though.
Had Runyon swinging. Gets the strikeout on Runyon. And back to the top of the order, Deanna Wise is up to bat. And the pitch from Stasunis, that one's going to be high. 1-0 is the count. And 2-0 here. The Lancers lead the Cyclones in the second inning. That pitch right down the middle of the plate to Wise, and she was looking the whole way. 1-1 is the count. 2 outs here. The first baseman and the third baseman pinching in ever so slightly on the corners. And that pitch, that one's going to be swung on and hit out to the short left field. That one's going to drop in front of Wheaton as she's able to get on base. They're able to get that one in before she can advance. Ever the hit out towards the left fielder. That one is kind of in no woman's land in between the shortstop Stark and Wheaton. You got to either play back on that one or hope your left fielder can come in fast. Casey Mata up next. She walked in the first inning. The pitch. That one's going to be a strike right down the middle of the plate.
Yeah, good play there. I mean, there's a runner on, but 2 outs. So right now, Stasunis, focus on the runner at the plate. Make that be your out.
Stasunis, the pitch. That one's going to go high. Mata, who walked in the first inning, walked on after a 3-1 count from Stasunis. Here comes the pitch. That one's going to go high. That one's going to hit the backstop as Wise makes it all the way down the second. A little bit late on the release there.
Again, still, Stasunis, Mata, Stasunis. That's where it is right now. Stay calm if you're Cyclone players and fans out there. Your issue is at the plate.
Stasunis, the pitch. That pitch right at the bottom of the knees. Give her the strike. 2-2 is the count. To Casey Mata. And Stasunis with the pitch. That one's going to be on the inside portion of the plate. Kind of close to the shins as Mata has to jump out of the way. Full count, 2 outs here, and Wise will be off with the pitch. Here comes the pitch from Stasunis. That one's going to be low in the dirt. Walk to Mata. And up next is Alexis Lopez, the catcher for Lake County.
Yeah, she still had the pads on because there was 2 outs with nobody on. Now there's runners on first and second, so she has to make that adjustment. Again, Stasunis.
Yep.
Focus on the hitter. Get him over the plate. Make the hitter do what they are supposed to do. You don't have to do all the work. No need to get fancy. Throw the ball over the plate. Let's see what Lopez can do.
That pitch right there from Stasunis, right down the middle of the plate to Lopez, who came around and scored in the first inning. She initially walked and then came around on the Cooley triple. That pitch is going to be high to Lopez. 1-1 is the count.
Good riser. Try to get Lopez, try to get her swinging at something that wasn't there.
And here comes the pitch from Stasunis. That pitch is going to be low and inside to Lopez. 2-1.
Just a bit inside on that one. But again, focus on that pitcher, hitter, get a good grip on it.
Pitch from Stasunis. That one's going to be swung on and hit to the shortstop, Keurig. She's going to be able to double him off as she gets Mata at second base. And that's how the top of the second's going to go. So we're going to take a quick timeout, and when we come right back, we'll see if Moraine can put some spots on the board. We'll be right back. SportsTownChicago.com.
American Dream.
Hey everybody, this is Dr. Pete from SportsTownChicago.com, and I'm also a remote DJ for Radio Disney AM 1300. And I want to ask you, do you want a career that you could love? Because if you do, I think you need to come check out the Illinois Center for Broadcasting and make your broadcasting career begin here. Go to 455 Eisenhower Lane South, Suite 200 here in Lombard. Again, that website is beonair.com. Phone number 630-916-1700. Again, for a career in broadcasting that you and I and everybody can love, go to beonair.com.
She knows it. She's freaky, I like it. Listen. She grabs that yellow bottle. She likes the way it hits her lips. She gets to the bottom. It sends her on a trip so right. She might be going home with me.
Back here on SportsTownChicago.com, listening to a little bit of Justin Timberlake. It's Dr. Pete's favorite performer.
All time.
As he is a big fan. Actually, I think he was more a fan of the Backstreet Boys, but
No, dude, I was an NSYNCer.
Well,
I was an NSYNCer.
Well, I was neither.
You were neither. You were at that. Were you metal at that point?
Well, I was
back in the
more like rock and roll.
Okay,
I don't know about metal.
99 to 02.
Yeah, that was me. I was 10 years old. So more of a.
Hey, just think of it though. You were older than these players now.
Yeah, this is very true. Starting things off for the Cyclones is going to be the first baseman, Erica Veen, and she hasn't batted yet. And on deck is Emily Keurig. That pitch right down the middle of the plate to Veen. Starting things off fast is Cooley. She continues to do that. She's been able to.
Maybe if we played some Dream Street, I bet that would bring some of these players back.
Maybe.
Down on Dream Street.
That pitch is going to be swung on and hit over to the third baseman, Vandermeer. She fires over to first base, but the first baseman drops it. Sanchez not able to keep a handle on that one.
That's an E3 right there.
And absolutely E3 on that. Give her the first base.
You know what the hard part is on that one, Griff? It's right in the area, right in the zone. If you're the first baseman, you don't know which direction to put your glove. If you stay back a bit, you can basket it. Oh, strong hit there.
That one's going to be hit out to the left fielder, Graham. And good contact by Emily Keurig. But just in the position of Graham. A little bit not enough power on that one. And
That's
up
fine.
next
That's
is
fine.
Kristen Rinkin.
That's what you gotta do. You gotta tell the Lake County pitchers and defense, hey, we're here to swing the lumber, or aluminum for that sake. we're here to swing the bats. You know what I mean? We're not going to sit back and just let this game. We're gonna attack this game now.
That pitch right down the middle of the plate to Rankin. 0-2 is the count to her. As once again, Cooley starting things off fast with a runner on first base, Veen. One out here. Lancers still lead 2-0. That pitch swung on and fouled straight back by Rankin.
Yeah, right now if you're Rankin, you got to keep this going. You got a runner on. Try to advance the runner. Just get some good contact. You don't even have to get on. Get a runner in scoring position. Allow the rest of your players to do what they need to do. Allow Rennick. Swing it. Get you home. Lake County right now, try and do the opposite.
Here comes the pitch. That pitch is on the inside portion of the plate. 1-2 is the count to Rankin. Trying to fight back in. As Cooley, when she gets that 0-2 count, she tries to do a little bit too much, and she gets behind. That pitch swung on and missed by Rankin. Going down, swinging. That's what you got to do if you're the Cyclones. You can't just leave the bat on your shoulder. You at least try and make contact with it. And if you swing and miss, there's nothing wrong with going down swinging. Mm-hmm. It's the ones that you go down looking on are the ones that are really going to hurt you.
2 outs now. Runner on first in the second.
And up next is Caitlin Rennick as she swings straight through that one. With the runner Erica Veen on first. And 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. On deck is Courtney Wheaton. As she got on in the first with a base on balls. That one's going to be swung on and missed by Rennick.
Yeah, they have thrown 2 completely different speed. Cooley's throwing 2 different speeds at her in that first transition there.
As Cooley back into the circle and Rennick back into the box. 2 outs here, 0-2 count. Here comes a pitch from Cooley. That one's going to be swung on and missed as she goes back-to-back strikeouts. And that's the way it's going to do it here in the bottom of the second inning. We're going to take a quick timeout. Be right back here on SportsTownChicago.com.
The Illinois Center for Broadcasting, with hands-on training and face-to-face industry networking, has helped launch several great broadcasting careers. Illinois Center for Broadcasting graduate Lori Cease.
The Illinois Center for Broadcasting has given me all the necessary tools and resources to take my personal dreams to become a radio DJ to the next level. Not only am I the program director of the EdgeOnAir.com, where you can hear the greatest music you've never heard, but I am also an on-air talent at 96.7 The Eagle, classic rock that really rocks. Again, without ICB, none of this could have been possible. And I would like to accredit all my success because of my start here at the Illinois Center for Broadcasting.
You've just heard it firsthand, so now it's your turn. Call the Illinois Center for Broadcasting at 630-916-1700 to schedule a campus tour. That's 630-916-1700. Or visit beonair.com. That's beonair.com. The Illinois Center for Broadcasting, where broadcasting careers begin.
And back here on SportsTownChicago.com. As the Lake
I really
County,
want to know where you're getting some of these songs.
I just found that one in the music library. But, good song. Amy Stewart, Knock on Wood.
Oh, you better knock.
Yep, Knock on Wood.
Knock.
And that's what the Cyclones are hoping here.
On
as
wood.
Botzenhart in the box.
Baby.
Stay Soon is still out on the mound. The Lancers lead 2-0 here in the top of the third.
I tell you, it was just some... that one high, just some ill-guided throws, some pitches in the first. Is what the difference is here. Moraine, you are in no way, shape, or form out of this one yet. Keep Lake County at bay. Another high pitch. I would say just keep Lake County at bay and do what you got to do. Swing the bats, advance the runners. That's one thing we haven't seen today. We haven't seen any attempt at drag bunts or slap bunts or bunting in general. Let's see what Moraine can do to try to advance those runners.
2-0 on the count. Stay Soonest with the pitch. That one's going to go high to Botzenhart. On deck is Shannon Cooley, who hit that triple to plate the 2 runs in the first inning. That pitch. That one's going to be a ball on the inside portion of the plate. Give Botzenhart the walk on 4 straight pitches. And on deck, the woman that put the runs on the board, Miss Shannon Cooley.
Don't got to worry about a steal right now. Don't got to worry about that runner necessarily using the speed.
Trying to go for the changeup. That one sails a little bit high. Botzenhart on first base. 1-0 is the count to Cooley. Kind of trying to stay out of her kitchen. That pitch is going to go high to Cooley once again.
Yeah, right now, called a lot of softball, played a lot of softball in my time. They are waiting for her to give them a pitch to hit.
That they are. That pitch once again up high as Stasunis continues to struggle in that zone.
I wouldn't even doubt right now if she's getting the signs from coaches. Put her on. Now that you're 3-0.
Yeah, you don't want to let her do any more damage. Pitch from Stasunis. That one's going to go right down the middle of the plate. Not backing down, going straight after her. 3-1 is the count. No outs. That's Brenda Bottenhart over at first. The pitch. That one's going to be swung on and fouled straight back. That one's going to hit the cart path and bounce into the marsh. 3-2 is the count to Cooley. Trying to see if they can get out of.
Swing your little bat, Miss Cooley.
Pitch from Stasunis. That one's going to be swung on and hit to the shortstop, not Bottenhart. I'm still looking at Lake County's. That one's going to be hit over to Stark. And a beautiful catch right there to get Cooley out.
I tell you, Stasunis, call her Bon Jovi. She's, living on a prayer with some of these. Gets up to a 3-0 count, and then next thing you know, boom, right down the middle.
Up next is Mary Vandermeer. Runner's going to take off and get second base easily as Bottenhart takes off after the wild pitch.
Or you can go Aerosmith, Living on the Edge.
Well, Living on the Edge.
Living on the Edge.
I love Aerosmith. Big fan of Steven Tyler.
Yeah, they've made some good music.
1-0 is the count. Pitch from Stasunis. That was going to be swung on and fouled straight back by Vandermeer. 1-1 is the count. Lancers still lead 2-0 here in the top of the third.
Or maybe some Weird Al, Living in the Fridge.
I've never heard that one.
Really? It's living in the fridge.
Well, I'm a fan of Weird Al, but sometimes he makes some pretty weird songs.
Yeah, that one's talking about like everything that is stuck in a fridge and is old and beat up or
and
moldy, sour,
that
stale.
Pitch from Stasunis goes high, and 2-1 is the count. Pitch from Stasunis. That one's going to be a pitch right on the inside portion of the plate to Vandermeer. 2-2 is the count. Runner on second base after the wild pitch.
I tell you, when she delivers those strikes right down the pipeline, those are some pretty pitches.
That they are. That one swung on and missed by Vandermeer. I'm going to give her the strikeout swinging. 2 outs here in the top of the third. Up next is number 11, Hannah Graham, still wearing the black long sleeve over shirt. Must be a little chilly. Don't necessarily blame her. I'm getting a little chilly as the sun's not picking out. That one's going to be swung on and hit out to center field. Rubalcaba gets underneath it and makes the catch. Getting out of it. I'm going to go F8 on that one. Getting out of the inning. And coming up next are going to be the Cyclones. See if they can put some runs on the board. Right back here, SportsTownChicago.com.
You love watching and talking about sports, so why not turn that passion into a career in sports broadcasting at the Illinois Center for Broadcasting?
Hi, I'm Matt Abaticola from Sports Radio 670, The Score, Chicago's #1 sports talk station. I wouldn't be where I'm at today without the time that I spent at the Illinois Center for Broadcasting.
For more information, go to beonair.com/Chicago Sports or text Chicago Sports to 33239. The Illinois Center for Broadcasting, where sports broadcasting careers begin.
Say mama.
Mama.
Say dada.
Dada.
Say hi.
Hi.
Tony, say SportsTownChicago.com.
No.
Straight up, now tell Pete what you really want. We are back here on SportsTownChicago.com. Kyle Griffin alongside Dr. Pete.
These are coming out of nowhere since this past weekend. Did you bring them in?
No, I found them in the computer yesterday when I was sitting there. So I gotta pull some of them out.
I love it. I mean, there's only so many. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love me some Ray Parker Jr. with Ghostbusters.
Oh, that one was actually going to be next.
Okay. I was gonna say we hear that every game though. Now we got some Paula Abdul.
Yeah.
We're
busting out everything. Up next for the Cyclones.
Straight up now, tell me, do you really want to get a hit today?
Is Miss Courtney Wheaton, number 14.
Oh.
And here comes the pitch from Cooley. That one's going to be swung on and missed by Wheaton. Starting things off fast once again. She got on base with a walk in the first inning, and then she was forced out at third to get the first out of that inning.
She's got a strong swing.
And she does. That pitch on the outside portion of the plate, that was going to be a ball. She does have a very strong swing. And she likes to put a good cut on and get on base and and get some wheels aboard. That pitch on the outside portion, that one's going to sneak away from the catcher, Rankin. Not Rankin. Once again, Kyle, flip your sheet. That one is Lopez. I just need to stop and think for a second. 2-1 is the count to Wheaton. And the pitch from Cooley. That one's going to be swung on and hit down the left field line, but that one's going to go foul. 2-2 is the count.
Good cut at it there, though. Like we said, she's got an elongated swing, so for off-speed pitches, that's going to help a lot. The only problem is if Cooley really brings the heat, we might be able to catch up to that one in time.
That's a very good possibility. And here comes the pitch from Cooley. That one's going to be swung on and fouled right over the top of our heads. 2-2 is the count. Lancers still lead 2-0 here in the bottom of the third. Trying to get somebody on base to get some runs across.
First one of a doubleheader here. Let's hope the weather stays with us.
Pitch from Cooley. That one's going to be swung on and hit over the top of us once again. Just staying alive. She's way out in front of these, and she keeps fouling them back.
I'm waiting for that line drive right at my kisser. I'm prepared.
Should have brought your glove.
I should have brought my gloves.
Like a 5-year-old at a pro baseball game, Pete should have brought his glove.
Hey, I did it when I was 6.
Pitch from Cooley. That one's going to be swung on and hit over towards the shortstop, Bartzenhart. She fires over to Sanchez, and they're going to get the out. That one is going to go 6-3 on the ground out as Wheaton tries to get on board, but grounds out.
Good contact, though. That's what you want to see if you're a Cyclone fan right now. Good contact. Let Cooley know that we're not afraid to swing.
That's what you do have to do. Up next is Samantha Stasunis. That pitch high from Cooley.
Well, one thing if you'd notice, there has been a lot of base runners right now for the Cyclones even try to push across without sacrificing that out.
That one fouled straight back by Stasunis. She had a good battle in that first inning, hitting walk. She battled back and forth from an 0-2 count to get the base on balls. And that pitch right there on the outside corner.
Clearly a leader here for the Cyclones is Stasunis, both on the mound, defensive side, and for hitting. Let's see if she can get something started to allow the rest of the Cyclones to run off of that.
Pitch from that one's going to be hit out to left field. That one's going to be in the short left, but going to be under that one is Graham. She's going to make the catch. As going out as well was Bottenhart. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Good cut right there by Stasunis, but just got under it a little bit. Going to go F7 if you're scoring at home. Stark up next. She got on base in that first inning with a single. Here's the pitch. It's going to be high and outside. There's nobody on base. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Lancers still lead 2-0 here at Moraine Valley Community College. Pitch from Cooley, low and in the dirt. 2-0 is the count. First time that Cooley has fallen behind to start off with a batter.
Yeah, she may be losing a bit of the touch there, or the Cyclones may be being a bit more patient.
That it is. That one's going to be swung on and fouled straight back by Stark. 1-2 is the count. That was a good hack right there. Just under it ever so slightly.
I mean, if you think about it, the Cyclones have swung early and swung often. Now seeing if Cooley can, let's see if she can get it across the plate where we want it.
Cooley in the circle, and here's the pitch. That one's going to be high right at the letters. 3-1 is the count with 2 outs.
Gotta wait.
See if they can get something going with 2 outs
I was just going to say, you got to wait for it to be in the strike zone. Lake County is, put a clinic on today of waiting for that right pitch by Stasunis. And once the pitch has been where, the hitters for Lake County have wanted it, they've delivered. So let's see if Moraine can kind of take a lesson from their opponents right now.
Stark fouls that one straight back. 3-2 is the count. 2 outs here. Here comes the payoff pitch. That was going to be swung on and fouled straight back. Back into the marshy area by Stark.
Were you going to say it was flung back?
Yeah, I don't know what I was. I was trying to say fouled off, but then
flung soft.
Flung softly over into the marshy area. And Cooley back into the circle. Here's the pitch. Goes for the changeup, but not the payoff pitch that she wanted. Stark is on base with 2 outs.
Yeah, smart play. Like we said, waited for the pitch. It never showed up. Now you got to run her on. You got Urchel up. Urchel's got some pop when she wants it.
That she does. She struck out in the first inning. But with a runner on base, let's see if she can do here. As Cooley back in the box, gets the sign from her catcher Lopez, and here it is. That pitch right down the middle of the plate. little bit on the upside of things, right about the belt waist line. So 0-1 is the count to Urchel. Here comes the pitch from Cooley. Swung on and missed by Urchel. And once again, Cooley back into the zone of starting things off fast against these hitters.
Yeah, 0-2 count. He waited for the first one. That's fine, but swung at the second one. That one isn't even close to the zone. Let's see what she's going to do now in 0-2 hole.
Cooley gets the sign from Lopez. And here's the pitch. That one's going to be a strike, and Urchel goes down looking. That is the way things are going to end here in the top of the third. We're going to take a quick timeout, and when we come back, let's see if Moraine can stop the bleeding.
This is Stephen Mielhausen, the host of the Fight Club Chicago. The Fight Club Chicago used to be on Monday and Friday, 1 to 5 p.m. Central Time. Not anymore. The Fight Club Chicago now will be on Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. Central Time, as we bring you the best from the UFC, Bellator, Strikeforce, the world of boxing, and the world of professional wrestling. You'll get the premier interviews in all of combat sports. So tune in to the Fight Club Chicago Monday through Friday from 3 to 5 p.m. Central Time, right here on SportsTownChicago.com.
There's no crying. There's no crying in baseball.
Never crying and always delivering in a league of our own on SportsTownChicago.com.
And back here on SportsTownChicago.com. Dr. Pete alongside myself, Kyle Griffith, out here at Moraine Valley.
Is it because the sun started coming out? That's why you play that song?
Yeah.
Well, you can do anything that you want, girl. I can tell.
Yes, it makes me feel good, upbeat
the way
songs.
You do your thing, you do. The way you do your thing, you do.
At bat now is Sanchez for the Lancers, and that pitch right there from Stasunis goes high and gets away from the catcher Rankin. 1-0 is the count to start things off here, and Stasunis once again starting things off with the ball. I wish I would have kept tally, but no, that pitch is going to go high.
Tally what?
Of the times that she has started a batter off with a ball. Out of the 20 batters that she has faced, probably 15 of them. That pitch high. I'm going to go 3-0 on the count to Sanchez. And I would not be surprised if 15 out of the batters have been started off with the ball.
I'd agree, if not more.
That pitch right down the middle of the plate. Sanchez taking the whole time. Once you get in that 3-0 hole, just see what she's going to give you. If she walks you, she walks you. If she throws a strike, you live to fight another day. Here it comes. That one's going to be swung on and fouled over by Sanchez.
I tell you, she has a very interesting method to her madness, Stasunis. What we've seen, though, so often is get him to 3-0. All right, we'll start throwing strikes. Let's see if you can actually make that good contact. 3-2 now.
Yep, there's the pitch. That one's going to be fouled away by Sanchez. She grounded out to Stasunis in that second inning to start things off for them. 3-2 is the count. The Lancers still lead 2-0 here in the top of the fourth. Sanchez back into the box. Here comes the pitch from Stasunis. That one's going to be swung on and fouled over towards the third base line. That was going to hit the dugout. Good fight right here by Sanchez once again. As she continues to foul off pitches just to keep herself alive.
You know what it is? She has a great fundamental swing. You've seen that in her warm-ups. You've seen when she's in the box.
There's the pitch from Stasunis. That one's going to go low into the dirt and put Sanchez on base.
Yeah, it looks like she knew Stasunis right when she let go of that one. That it wasn't the pitch she wanted to have. Let's see now what Runyon can do with a runner on, no outs.
In the second inning in a row, she started off the Lake County Lancers with a walk. Here's the pitch. And finally going to get your bunt. Urchel's going to come over and fire it over to the second baseman coming over. That's Keurig. Well, the runner, Sanchez, is going to advance to second base on a good sacrifice bunt right there by Runyon. Able to get the runner over to second base.
Smart play. Like I said, we've been waiting all day for it. Apparently they just wanted to wait for it to be a runner on and no outs to take that sacrifice. Now you got that runner in scoring position, 1 out.
That you do, and the top of the order up. Deanna Wise going to take a pitch high. And you got a great RBI chance here for Deanna Wise.
No batting gloves.
I always told you the story. I hated batting gloves. That pitch on the inside corner 2-0 once again in a deep hole to start things off is Stasunis. Runner on second base is Sanchez. Here comes the pitch. Right down the middle of the plate. 2-1 as Stasunis finally gets that strike before it gets to 3-0.
Yeah, you got the runner on. She's not a speed threat necessarily.
That
as
pitch,
there's
huh?
another high one there, but Wise waiting. She knows she's going to have that chance to swing at it if Stasunis lets her.
Stasunis has to make a good pitch here. That pitch low and inside. Walks another one. Puts second runner on base. Got runners on first and second. Up next is Casey Mata, who has been on base twice and walked twice. So Mata looking to see if she can get an RBI here. Pitch from Stasunis. Starts her off with a strike.
It's interesting because the last time Mata was up, same thing. Started Mata with a strike. Maybe it's the Stasunis Mata,
battle.
The battle.
Pitch from Stasunis, low and in the dirt.
Ooh, what a pickup!
A good scoop right there by Rankin to keep that one from going to the backstop and not letting the runners advance. 1-1 is the count. One out here. Lancers still lead 2-0, and they continue to threaten. That pitch low, right at about the shins.
Yeah, close if you're a Cyclone fan. But Lake County, they are all take all day. Give us what you got.
Yep, they want to hit a strike, and here it comes. That one's going to be swung on and hit right up the middle. That one's going to get through. Coming around to score is they're going to hold her at third. Coach put on the brakes. You have runners, and the bags are juiced.
You know what? That's a really smart play right there. Smart call by third base coach because you had the center fielder in great position. She was playing very shallow. She would have had a very good play at the plate. So smart play there by coach. Now the pressure all on Stasunis. Bags jammed here in the fourth with Lopez up.
Here comes the pitch from Stasunis. That one's going to be low as the runners get their lead after the pitch, as we have always seen in softball, because that's the rule. Can't get a lead off. Here comes the pitch from Stasunis. That one's going to go to the fence, and coming in to score is Sanchez. Runners are going to advance to second and third. Mata to second and Wise to third. She's going to come in to score on the pass ball.
There you go. Now two runners in scoring position, one out. Bag open at first.
Pitch swung on and hit over towards the right side by Lopez. She knew she missed that one.
Yeah.
2-1 is the count to Lopez.
Not that she missed that one. She wanted to drive home some runs. She didn't want it to be on a passed ball, so you know she was going to be swinging.
Pitch from Stasunis. That one's going to be swung on and hit over to the second baseman. Fires it over to first. Keurig Devine. The runner is going to come in and score. Wise is going to come in.
Keurig might have had a play on it. She looked to third and said, you know what, I'm just going to get the out. Smart play there. 4-0 your score. One inning can get you back into this one. Start swinging the back right if you're a Cyclone fan. You can start getting back into this one, but you can't do that if you're going to put a play at the plate, no force. Try to get the tag down and miss that. Then you still have runners at first and third and still only one out.
Pitch from Stasunis to Botzenhart. That one's going to go high. 1-0 is the count.
What do you think about the numbers and letter, like the font?
I like it. It's kind of an old school feel, a different kind of look. That one's going to be swung on and fouled straight back. It's going to clip the umpire right in the mask. He's a tough guy. Yeah, just shakes it off.
Wow. Steel skull.
Well, that also happens when you have a steel cage around your face. And here comes the pitch. That one's going to be swung on and hit between the third baseman and the shortstop. Mata's going to come in to score. And Botzenhart is going to get an RBI single.
Well, Stasunis left it right over to the heart of the plate. Botzenhart, like I said, Lake County players have the right mentality for playing against Stasunis. We're going to be patient, and we are going to look for that one pitch.
Yep.
That's that one pitch.
That pitch right there is going to be swung on, and she's going to step on second. Stark gets the force out there, but the Lancers plate 3 more in that fourth inning, and the Cyclones are down 5-0 going into the bottom of the fourth. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll see if the Cyclones can put up some runs.
Hello, dance fans! Are you ready to find out all the inside information about the world of dance in the greater Chicagoland area? Make sure to tune in to Just Dance Chicago. Every Thursday afternoon, only on SportsTownChicago.com. Find out the latest news on dance information, auditions, what to wear, how to style yourself, and get insight from all the experts in the world of dance. So tune in to Just Dance Chicago, Thursday afternoons, only on SportsTownChicago.com.
SportsTownChicago.com. Speaking of dancing queens, I got Pete sitting right next to me.
Oh.
And starting things
Dancing
off.
Veen. You get it?
Yeah.
You used her last
Yeah,
name.
that you did.
So
Pitch from Cooley to Rubalcaba.
That's like my goal today, to add names to songs. So we have,
Dancing Veen.
Dancing Veen. We got Rubalcaba, like rumor has it. We got, Swing the Bat, Miss Cooley.
Yep.
Like
1-1 is the count. That pitch on the outside portion of the plate to Stephanie Rubalcaba.
Rubalcaba.
On deck is Erica Keene. Pitch from Cooley. Erica Veen. That's what I said. You just
Oh, you said Keene.
No.
Yep.
Pete, your hearing is wrong.
We're gonna go back and check at the 57-20 mark.
1-2 is the count.
I knew a Trisha Keene in high school. There's a band Keene too.
There is, and you live off of Keene.
I do live on Keene. I know. Such a long walk. It probably would have been just about the same amount if we parked at my place and just walked with the equipment over.
Yes, it would have. Had we had a rolling bag, it probably would have done it. Here comes the pitch from Cooley. That one's going to be swung on and hit to the second baseman. That is Mata. As she kind of was surprised by that one. That was a solid hit by Rubalcaba.
Yeah, Moraine getting the solid hits today, just not finding the gaps. Veen up to bat.
Erica Veen up to bat. On deck is Emily Keurig. That pitch right down the middle of the plate to Veen. Starting her off once again with a strike. As the pitch from Cooley. That one's going to be a ball high and outside to Veen. Veen got on base with an error in the second inning. See if she can get on here. And here comes the pitch from Cooley. Swung on and fouled straight back. That looked like it was going to hit the John, but it didn't. 1-2 is the count.
You're so technical with your terms, Kyle.
Well, it's a
it was going to hit the John.
It's a porta-john, so, it's technical, kind of. 1-2 is the count, and here comes the pitch from Cooley. Pitch on the outside corner. Not going to get that one. That one goes a little bit outside. 2-2 is the count to Veen.
Every time I think about John, I think about Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Swung on and hit. That was going to be hit out to left field. And Graham is underneath that one and makes the catch.
There have been 3 really strong hit balls pulled to left field there, and all of them just die once they get up to the air, fall straight down.
That they do.
One of them hit by.
Yep, the batter up next, Emily Keurig, who flied out to the left fielder, Graham, in the second inning. Here comes the pitch from Cooley. Swung on and fouled straight back. That one's going to go into the soccer fields. 0-1, and Cooley starts her off with a strike once again. As Keurig in that second inning only saw one pitch, and she flew out with that pitch. So 0-1 and 2 outs. Pitch from Cooley. Pitch on the outside portion of the plate. Not going to get that one, as that one was in the left-handed batter box. As Moraine down 5-0 to the Lancers. Pitch swung on and hit. That one's going to be picked up by Cooley cleanly. And fires it over to Sanchez.
Tree Network.
Go 1-3 on the out. And we're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll see if Moraine can stop the bleeding right here at SportsTownChicago.com.
The Illinois Center for Broadcasting, with hands-on training and face-to-face industry networking, has helped launch several great broadcasting careers. Illinois Center for Broadcasting graduate Mike Kurtz.
How did ICB help me? Let's just say this one simple thing. Take advantage of everything, from studio time to everything that they have, all the equipment that's available to you. Go out, get your internship. This is what I did. I put everything in one pile, went out, got my internship, got hired on part-time before I even graduated ICB. Within 2 months after graduation, I was hired on full-time in the production department. Guess what? Now I got the best of both worlds. Monday through Friday, it's production. Every Saturday night, I have my own show on air at 96.7 The Eagle. Classic rock that really rocks.
You've just heard it firsthand, so now it's your turn. Call the Illinois Center for Broadcasting at 630-916-1700 to schedule a campus tour. That's 630-916-1700. Or visit beonair.com. That's beonair.com. The Illinois Center for Broadcasting, where broadcasting careers begin.
And back here on SportsTownChicago.com as the Lancers are up to bat with a 5-run lead. Stay Sunis with the pitch right on the outside portion of the plate to Mary Vandermeer, who is 0-1 on the day with a walk and a strikeout. She struck out swinging in that third inning. And Stay Sunis starts her off with a strike here. Here comes the pitch. That one is going to roll to the catcher, Rankin, as she released that one a little bit too soon.
Yeah, lost the grip on it a bit. She's so concerned right now about not having it be so high of a pitch that she's worried about the release point. Big hit.
That one's going to be hit out to right, short right, but Keurig is going to pick that one up, moving to her left, and not calling off Rennick out there in right field.
And all of our Keurig fans out there, don't forget, we called a game of theirs last year. You can find that on the SportsTownChicago.com podcast website for some high school softball, as she went to Montecito and played Mother McCauley in the game that we called. So that game can be found on the website still.
Hannah Graham up next. That pitch from Stay Sunis is going to go high. Ball one. Stay Sunis pitch. That one's going to go high again. 2-0 is the count to Graham, who's made some pretty good catches out there in left field for these Lancers. Let's see if she can help her team out here and put some more runs on the board. Pitch from Stay Sunis. Going high again. Just like he said, she's so concerned about going high, and she keeps going there. 3-0 is the count. 1 out here in the top of the fifth. Pitch from Stay Sunis. Pitch right down the middle of the plate. Graham taking the whole way, and Stay Sunis knew it, so she just fired one straight down the middle. No frills, just a fastball. Stay Sunis rubbing the ball on her hip, and here comes the pitch. Pitch right at the knees. Fires it in there, bringing it to a full count, as she has done so often here in this first game of the doubleheader. Pitch from Stay Sunis. High and outside, ball 4. Walks her again.
Yeah, Stay Sunis, she gets into that full count, and then more times than not, just throws another ball. You know, let's see what they do from here now.
Yep. Up next is Sanchez.
You got the patient one being Sanchez. She'll pull out a lawn chair and sit in that batter's box all day so she gets something she wants.
Yes, she will. That pitch right down the outside portion of the plate. Going to get for a strike. She is 0-1 on the day with a walk and a ground out to Stay Sunis. That pitch, she's going to get hit right over towards the shortstop Stark. She's going to fire it over to Veen and get the out at first. Not enough time to get to double play and try and get Graham out, but you're going to advance the runner is Sanchez.
Keurig was playing a bit back on that one, Kyle, so it would have been a very close play at second base. Smart play, get the out at first, disregard the runner on second. Only person you got to worry about now is Runyon.
Yep, Runyon up next. She's 0 for 2. That pitch right on the inside portion of the plate. Ball 1. Runner on second base, Graham. Seeing if Runyon can get plate and another one. Put him at a 6-run lead. Pitch from Stay Sunis. Strike right on the inside portion of the plate. Runyon could not pull the trigger.
There's an interesting strap on her helmet, if you didn't notice. It comes from like the left ear and goes to the middle.
And a pitch high and inside.
And it doesn't go the whole length?
Yeah, it does. I think there might be just another...
like a face strap?
Yeah, maybe tightens things up. Pitch from Stay Sunis. Swung on and missed. by Runyon. 2-2 is the count.
It's power of the Under Armour wristbands.
It is. And Stasunis back into the circle. Gets the sign, and here's the pitch. Strike 3 to Runyon. Going down looking. That's her second strikeout of the day. So we're going to take a quick timeout, and when we come back, we'll see if Moraine can put some on board.
Over here at jamsonair.com, we play anything and everything. You might hear, or how about this tasty track? I want to get you in the back seat, windows up, that's the way you like them. We have them all. Lollipop, lollipop, oh, lollipop, lollipop. Well, maybe not that. jamsonair.com. Radio when you want it.
Help fight breast cancer at the American Cancer Society, making strides against breast cancer. Palos Heights 5K walk on May 19th at Trinity Christian College, Boothsma Bookstore Cafe. For more info, call 708-633-7770, option 3, or visit makingstridespalosheights.com. That's 708-633-7770, option 3. Together we are making strides to a world with less breast cancer and more birth.
SportsTownChicago.com.
I think I figured out where all this music came from. I think at one point I might have put my flash drive of all my wedding DJ music in there.
Yeah, maybe. These seems like they're dancing mood music. So it
you know,
makes
that
sense.
one, Dancing Queen. These songs you hear at weddings.
It makes sense. Well, the Cyclones are in a 5-0 hole. Let's see if they can work it out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Pitch from Cooley swung on and missed by Rankin.
Cooley has really been on spot all day, Kyle. Hasn't even hardly allowed any base runners, let alone any solid contact. And that contact has been floaters left field.
Yes, it has. Pitch right there from Cooley. Fooled all of us as that changeup sunk right into the zone. 0-2 is the count. Pitch from Cooley. Swung on and missed by Rankin. Give her the strikeout swinging. As Rankin goes down, trying to make contact. Up next is Caitlin Rennick.
I wonder if there's any relation to Rich Rennick.
I don't know. I was thinking that when I saw the lineup.
Same.
Yeah, I was thinking that when I saw the lineup card. I don't know, we'll have to ask her after the game. Here comes the pitch from Cooley. Pitch, strike right down the middle of the plate. As Rennick, who has already gone down on the strikeout, starts off in an 0-1 hole.
Rennick, one of the instructors at the Illinois Center for Broadcasting, our sponsor for today's broadcast.
Yep.
Rich Rennick, that is, not this player Rennick.
Yep. Pitch on the outside portion of the plate. 1-1. One out here. Cooley with the pitch. Swung on and fouled straight back by Rennick. That one's going to go back behind the plate. 1-2 is the count.
Just think about if this were over at Stagg High School, how every single one of these would be lost to the forest.
Yes, they would. They would be lost in the forest. 1-2 is the count. Cooley gets her sign. Here's the pitch. Pitch right on the outside portion of the plate. And Rennick goes down looking. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Up next, Courtney Wheaton, who is 0-1 so far on the day. Here comes the pitch from Cooley. Swung on and hit. That one's going to be hit out to left field. And Graham scoops that one up and gets it in before Wheaton can even round the bag.
Yeah, look at that, though, for good, solid contact. Something you like to see if you're a Cyclone player. Hey, look at, she just made good contact out of Cooley. Didn't just pop it up. Found the gap. See if we can get some going now with 2 outs.
Yeah, Stacy Eunice up to bat next. Fouls that one straight back. Seems as if these Cyclone players are finally starting to figure out Cooley. It's just a matter of getting these balls into play.
Yeah, hopefully it's not a little too late if you're a Cyclone fan.
Here comes the pitch from Cooley. Pitch right down the middle of the plate. 0-2 to Stasunis.
Yeah, Cooley again. I will throw it if you can hit it.
Yep. And Cooley back into the circle. Here comes the pitch. That one's going to be on the outside portion. Snap throw down by Lopez. But back in time is Wheaton.
Almost a different approach as we have the opposing pitcher in the batter's box right now, but almost exact opposite approach for both pitchers today.
Yep, swung on and hit. That one's going to be hit out to left field, but underneath that one is Graham as the lazy pop fly to left field gets them out of the inning. 5-0 is the score. The Lancers still lead. We'll be right back here on SportsTownChicago.com.
Hey everybody, this is Dr. Pete, Regional Program Director for SportsTownChicago.com. And let me tell you, I did the Team Dow Wellness Weight Loss Release Program, and it was absolutely amazing. I lost almost 60 pounds and over 10 pant sizes. It is absolutely amazing. And how did I do this? A month on, month off. That's my favorite thing about the program is you don't have to worry about doing this 6 months in a row. You do it for a month, you take a break, you maintain that weight throughout that next month, and then you jump right back on if you want to continue some more weight releasing, if that is what you're going for. Why would I recommend it? I mean, absolutely no reason not to do it. This is a nice, easy, efficient, and healthy way to lose weight for you and for everybody you know. And what it meant to me, well, it helped me be the person I want to be. A lot more confidence across the board. Make sure you check it out, the Team Dow Wellness information. Check out for more information on SportsTownChicago.com.
SportsTownChicago.com. Top of the 6th inning.
See, I don't even know that song.
It's
Demi
True
Lovato?
Love by Kesha and Katy Perry.
Kesha and Katy Perry.
Good mix.
This place about to blow. Firework.
Stay Soonest, a pitch, 2 Wise. Back to the top of the order. This is the 4th time around for Wise.
Probably no relation to former All-Star Diva Wise.
Probably not. Pitch right down the middle of the plate. 1-1 is the count to Wise. She has been on base twice.
This place about to blow.
Pitch from Stay Soonest. That one's going to roll in there. As once again, like we talked about earlier in a couple innings, she's so worried about throwing it high that she's releasing it too soon and it's rolling in. 2-1 is the count to Wise. That one goes high. 2-1 is the count. 5-0 the Lancers lead.
Reckon getting a workout there behind the plate today with the amount she has to go from her squat position to full extension standing.
Yes, she is. Pitch from Stay Soonest. Right down the middle of the plate. Good pitch from Stay Soonest. 2-2 is the count. Trying to get out of here quick so they can get back in and try and put some runs on the board. Stay Soonest with the pitch. That one's going to be hit to Stay Soonest by Wise.
Look at that.
Fires over to Veen and gets the first out of the inning.
Still a pretty throw to first base.
Yes, it is. You know, she fires it over there. She has no regard for her first baseman's hand. Don't blame her. That pitch right there going to be swung on and hit out to short right field, but Couric is going to come over and make the catch once again and get the out. Swinging on the first pitch was Casey Mata. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th.
Again, something to note, one of the best players stat-wise this season, Molly Hankey's no longer with the program for undisclosed reasons. So I'm sure having that happen recently.
Swung on and hit out to center field. Ruvalcaba picks that one up as Lopez gets on base with 2 outs. Swing at the first pitch once again. I think these Lancers are realizing, you know what, Stay Soonest is going to have to start throwing strikes. And if she's going to put that first one over the heart of the plate, I'm going to take a swing at it. And gets Lopez on board. Up next is Botsenhart. Pitch high. 1-0 is the count.
I don't remember what I was saying.
I don't know either. Pitch from Stay Soonest. Swung on and hit down the third base line. That one's going to be fair. And coming around, they're actually going to keep her at second as Lopez... Lopez kind of got a late jump on that one as she didn't know if it was going to go foul or stay fair.
Yeah.
And 2 outs, runners on first and second.
She wasn't looking at Coach. If Coach was doing cartwheels almost here by third base, she would have looked. She would have known she would have went. Instead, she was waiting for the official to make that call.
Pitch from Stay Soonest. That one rolls in to Cooley. And she smiles and looks down over at her third base coach, getting her sign.
If you're up 5-0, I'd be all smiles too.
Pitch from Stay Soonest. Swung on and hit over towards the third baseman. That's going to be Urchel. She steps on the bag and gets him out of the inning. And that's going to do it for the bottom of the 6th. We're going to take a timeout. Be right back here. SportsTownChicago.com.
Hey everybody, this is Dr. Pete, Regional Program Director for SportsTownChicago.com, and let me tell you, I did the Team Dow Wellness Weight Loss Release Program, and it was absolutely amazing. I lost almost 60 pounds and over 10 pant sizes. It is absolutely amazing. And how did I do this? A month on, month off. That's my favorite thing about the program is you don't have to worry about doing this 6 months in a row. You do it for a month, you take a break, you maintain that weight throughout that next month, and then you jump right back on if you want to continue some more weight releasing, if that is what you're going for. Why would I recommend it? I mean, absolutely no reason not to do it. This is a nice, easy, efficient, and healthy way to lose weight for you and for everybody you know. And what it meant to me, well, it helped me be the person I want to be, a lot more confidence across the board. Make sure you check it out, the Team Dow Wellness information. Check out for more information on SportsTownChicago.com.
And back here on SportsTownChicago.com, Kyle Griffin alongside Dr. Pete as the Cyclones are up next. And starting things off for the Cyclones is going to be Danielle Stark. Been on base twice with a single and a walk. And on deck is Teresa Urchel, who struck out twice.
Looks like we have a substitution at the catch position, possibly?
I think so. No, actually, that's still Lopez on the dish. Just tricked us a little bit. I think she went from the blue to black set of equipment.
Yeah,
so I think that's what threw us off. But as we get ready to start things off, Cooley and the Lancers continue to roll 5-0 against the Cyclones here at Moraine Valley Community College. It's the bottom of the 6th inning, and Moraine really needs to get something going. They haven't had many runners on base to get something started for them here. Stark at the dish, and here comes the pitch from Cooley. Swung on and hit. That one's going to be hit out to the right field, but that one's going to get away, and Runyon doesn't make the catch. And coming around to second base is going to be Danielle Stark. I'm going to give her a...
I'll go E9 on that one.
E9 on that one.
She had that one. I mean, she just stopped running and tried to stick the glove out to get to it. She could have caught that right in the breadbasket if she wanted to.
That she could have. Pitched to Urchel high. I start getting a decent lead after the pitch. That's what you got to do. You got to get yourself a decent lead to try and get yourself going. 1-0 is the count to Urchel. Pitch swung on and fouled straight back. It goes over the top of the fence. 1-1 to Urchel. Runner Stark out at second base. Batter on deck, Stephanie Rubalcaba.
Rubalcaba. The song.
Pitcher from Cooley. That one's going to roll in there. It looks like she might be a little bit fatigued here. And she has started off slow here in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, maybe not even fatigued, but just shocked that, there's a runner on second.
Yeah, pitch to Urchel high. 3-1 is the count.
Yeah, let's see if Urchel can get herself on base or...
Swung on and fouled over towards the Moraine dugout. That one's going to go foul. 3-2. Just a little bit out in front on that one is Urchel.
A smart swing, though. She knew it was going to be there. Cooley not one to make you go chasing. She'll put it right there and force you to try to make that good contact.
That she will. Pitch from Cooley. Swung on and fouled straight back. 3-2 still the count. Good cut by Urchel.
Yeah, I would say Urchel hasn't had the timing thus far today. Finally, in the bottom of the 6th, has found that timing. Let's see if she can deliver home the first run for the Cyclones. So you got some speed there on second base with Stark.
That you do. Cooley leans in to get her sign. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and missed by Urchel. And she goes down swinging. Third strikeout of the game. Give her the golden goose.
Rubalcaba.
Yep, up next is Ruvalcaba.
Ruvalcaba.
She's 0 for 2 on the day. On deck is Erica Veen. Pitch from Cooley. Swung on and hit towards the right side. That one's going to go foul.
Oh, if that would have stayed in, she could have probably legged out too easily. Stark would have scored standing up. But again, the player's starting to get that time and cooling down. Maybe it's a little too late, but let's see what the Cyclones can muster up here. At least try to get some runs across, save some grace, get some momentum going into the second game of the double.
Pitch from Cooley. Swung on and fouled straight back.
I tell you, also the bench for Lake County been getting a workout.
That they have, running back and forth to get those balls. I hated that when I had to sit on the bench. Had to go shag balls.
Sorry, Kyle.
It's all right. I only did it every once in a while, when I needed a break. Pitch from Cooley, high to Ruvalcaba. 2-2.
Yeah, I wasn't on the bench because of breaks.
Yeah.
It's because I was so good they didn't even want to play me.
1-2 is the count to Ruvalcaba. Pitch swung on and hit. That one's going to be over towards the shortstop who's coming over. And Botsenhart makes the catch. That is 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Up next, Erica Veen.
It's going to be interesting to see the pitching matchup in the second game. We know we got the info that Couric probably going to start in the second one.
Swung on and hit over to Botsenhart. Fires over to first. And Sanchez gloves that one. And that is the way the bottom of the 6th is going to end, with Moraine not being able to plate anything across. So we're going to take a timeout. And when we come back, we'll see if Moraine can hold them at 5 right here, SportsTownChicago.com.
You think professional wrestling is fake, right? Yes! Wrong, because if you do, we'll have either Jason Ledbetter,
Really?
Corey Tappendorf,
Did you say Kofi Rhodes?
Mike Buddha,
Thank you, Your Honor.
or me, Ryan Taylor,
Armbar!
find you and break your legs.
And that's why I kicked your leg out of your leg.
Check out the Top Rope every Wednesday on SportsTownChicago.com from 5 to 7 p.m., where you'll hear the latest about WWE, TNA, and local independent wrestling.
I don't even know if that's PG.
SportsTownChicago.com.
And back here on SportsTownChicago.com, Lake County Lancers still lead 5-0 here at Moraine Valley Community College, home of the Cyclones. And the wind is swirling like one right now, right behind me, making me a little bit chilly. But I don't want Pete to make fun of me for being cold and not bringing a jacket out here.
These reminds me of the days where maybe, what do you call it? Maybe the team mom or team dad brings you some little hot chocolates after the game.
Or the hand warmers for the game.
Oh, that's true.
Vandermeer up to bat. Pitch from Stacey Eunice. Big, beautiful pitch right there.
I just know I was here 2 days ago for the baseball game, and I had 2 coats on, 2 shirts, hat, gloves. So
pitch from Stacey Eunice. Low and in the dirt to Vandermeer. Vandermeer is 0 for 2 on the day with a walk, a strikeout, and a fly out. So Stacey Eunice pretty much got her number. Swung on and hit. That one's going to be hit out to right field. Going back on that one is Rennick. And she makes the catch. That one was caught right in her palm. Never want to catch it there, but nonetheless, Rennick makes the catch and gets the first out of the inning.
That was close. I mean, that was she was backing up. She could have probably kicked her foot back and
rested it on the fence.
Yeah.
Up next, Hannah Graham, the girl that doesn't like to wear her jersey and likes to wear the long sleeve.
I bet the jersey's on under there. She's keeping warm.
I'm sure it is.
Keep it toasty.
That pitch from Stacey Eunice in the dirt.
I mean, we called that frigid game at Mother McCauley, if you remember, and the players there had
jackets.
Oh, most of them had jackets.
Yeah, pitch high from Stacey Eunice to Graham. 2-0 is the count. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. And Graham has been on base once with a walk. She has grounded out once and flew out once. She's 0 for 2 on the day. 3-0 is the count to Graham.
Yeah, typical Stacey Eunice count here today. Gets them to 3-0, then tries to throw them 3 straight down the pipeline.
Here comes a pitch from Stacey Eunice. That one goes high. And going to get the walk once again. Back-to-back innings for Hannah Graham. She has been put on base with a walk. That one on 4 straight pitches. And up next is number 23, Sanchez.
Yeah, just not there today for State students so far. I mean, they're not necessarily all that bad of throws. They are just all sailing a bit high. And it's resulted in a little control issue.
Yeah, that one once again sails high for State Sunis. Runner over at first, Graham. Pitch from State Sunis. That one right down the middle of the plate to Sanchez. Yeah, State Sunis took a little bit off of that one, saying, I need to get a pitch over the plate. And that's what she did there. And able to get it over for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Pitch from State Sunis. That one's low in the dirt. Good stop right there by Rankin. Keeping that runner from advancing.
Yeah, runner was ready to go. Got about 6-7 steps off the bag. Had to retreat quickly.
A little bit sore after that one. I would say a very quick moving there. So you never know what's going to happen. And she's a tough girl. She stays in the game. So gonna get the okay. She squats back down. Stay Sunis back into the circle. Runner over at first. Hannah Graham. 2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch to Sanchez. Swung on and hit. That's going to be hit over towards the first baseman, Veen. That one's going to drop. And runner is out at first base for interference. And Sanchez is going to be at first.
That was a shoulder shrug to Veen.
Wish we had instant replay. But
well, you have it on the video, folks.
You
so
do have it on the video.
After this game, go ahead and rewatch it anytime you want.
And getting the official word from the home plate umpire.
There is a butterfly below us, Kyle.
Yeah.
A butterfly.
It's black and orange, my school colors. And Runyon up next. Pitch to her. Going to go high. 1-0 is the count.
I once had a pet butterfly in a cup. Didn't live long. Because I put saran wrap over the top and didn't put holes.
Oh, that'll happen. You know that. Usually you need to let them breathe.
Yeah.
And Pete didn't do that for his butterfly named Steve. Pitch from Stay Sunis. Swung on and missed. Runyon.
I don't even think I knew the name Steve when I was a kid.
1 and 2 is the count.
Did you know people named Steve?
Yes, I did. I actually had a guy I went to school with. His name was Steve.
Yeah, I didn't go to...
Actually, 2 of them.
Grade school?
Yeah, I had a Stephen Ellis and a Stephen Prosick. One with a V and one with a PH.
I don't think I knew a Steve till college.
2 and 2 is the count to Runyon. Pitch swung on and hit. Going to be picked up by Stay Sunis and fired over to Veen. Getting the out there. 1-3 on the putout. That's the way the end are going to do it here. And the top of the 7th. We're going to take a quick timeout. And when we come back, we'll see if Moraine can get themselves back into this one. Right here, SportsTownChicago.com.
This is Stephen Mielhausen, the host of the Fight Club Chicago. The Fight Club Chicago used to be on Monday and Friday, 1 to 5 p.m. Central Time. Not anymore. The Fight Club Chicago now will be on Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. Central Time, as we bring you the best from the UFC, Bellator, Strikeforce, the world of boxing, and the world of professional wrestling. You'll get the premier interviews in all of combat sports. So tune in to the Fight Club Chicago Monday through Friday from 3 to 5 p.m. Central Time, right here on SportsTownChicago.com.
106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Where Chicago sports live. SportsTownChicago.com.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and know
And back here on SportsTownChicago.com. I think you're right, Pete. I think this...
Happy New Year, everybody.
I think that is from the wedding DJ job, so might have to take that one out of there, because that's a little awkward.
Well, you know, we might call a game around New Year's this year.
We might.
You know.
But the bottom of the 7th it is.
Or wishing everybody a good year. It's no problem doing it April the 19th of... You know, like, hey, a little late, but still a good year.
You know, we still support our fans. Pitch from Cooley. High and outside to Keurig, who has made some pretty good plays out there in the field for the Cyclones. 1-0 is the count to her. And the pitch from Cooley swung on and fouled straight back.
Sun's coming back out, Kyle.
Yes, it is. I might have to find us a good song for the sunny times. 1-1 is the count to Keurig. And Cooley leans in to get the sign. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and hit. That one's going to be hit right up the center of the field. Picking that one up is wise and getting it in cleanly before Keurig can even get to first base. That was a sharply hit ball right up the middle of the diamond. And she gets on base.
Again, you may not have that opportunity to get 5 runs across the board. You never know. Yeah. But even if you don't, at least within the 6th and 7th inning, you've made good contact both innings, really getting some momentum going into the second game.
Up next, Kristen Rankin. That pitch is going to be low and in the dirt for her. She's got 2 strikeouts on the day.
If you're a Cyclone fan, you'd like to see Rankin make some good contact here. Get a positive note here in the 7th.
Pitch now going to be swung on and fouled straight back. 1-1 is the count to her. Runner on first base, Emily Keurig. Getting out with that sharply hit single. On deck is going to be a pinch hitter for Moraine Valley. I'll get you her number in 1 second. Pitch on the inside portion of the plate, almost hitting Rankin, who has to run out of the way of that one. I don't blame her. That one was coming in screaming. 2-1 is the count.
She's favoring the ankle a little gingerly that she twisted on the last go-around, really swinging with the arms.
Pitch.
And making contact.
Yeah, that one's going to be swung on and hit out towards the right fielder, Runyon, as she gets that one in. But runners on first and second with no outs here in the bottom of the 7th. And Moraine Valley continuing here.
Yeah, I'm shocked they're not pinch running right now just for the safety factor. But, hey, maybe she's fine. Just going to play through it. You just think if she's going to catch that second game, too, something to keep in mind. But they're going to keep her running.
Yep.
Look at this now.
On deck.
Moraine fans got to get your rally caps on here with a 5-0 deficit here in the bottom of the 7th. Like we said, got to hold your high. If you're Cooley right now, you just want to get out of this inning. Just worry about all the people at the plate and get out of it.
Subbing in for Rennick is going to be number 23, Elizabeth Reynolds. As that pitch is a ball to her. And Cooley gets the sign. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and missed by Reynolds. 1-1 is the count to her. Runners on first and second.
Sporting
no outs here.
Very cool MVCC softball hoodie.
I know you're jealous. You want one.
I'd wear it.
Cooley gets the sign, and here's the pitch. That one's going to be swung on and missed. Good cut right there by Reynolds. It's tough coming off the bench and coming up against a pitcher with a hot hand like Cooley.
Yeah, Cooley bringing the heat both first and second for the last 2 pitches, and that one.
Woo. Swung on and missed. Reynolds goes down swinging. And going back to the top of the order, Courtney Wheaton, who's gotten on base twice and grounded out once. Let's see if she can plate some runs here. Cooley gets the sign, and here's the pitch. That one's going to be swung on and hit out to left field. But underneath that one is Graham, and able to get it back in time before runners can advance. Swinging at the first pitch.
She had the right idea. I mean, as we've seen, Kyle, time and time again today, the Cyclones driving it hard to left field, but just not able to get where they needed into either a gap or over the fence.
2 quick outs for the Lancers. And here comes the pitch from Cooley to Stasunis. That one's going to go out of play right behind us. 0-1 is the count to her.
Yeah, Cooley, like we said, Kyle, once those first 2 runners got on, Cooley just had to calm down, calm the nerves, worry about one person, that's whoever was at the plate.
Stasunis. And here comes the pitch. Swung on and hit. That one's going to go straight up in the air. And camping under that one is Sanchez, and she makes the catch. And that is going to do it for game 1 of this doubleheader as the Lancers take out the Cyclones in 7 innings, 5-0. We'll be back in a short amount of time, and we'll let you know how the lineups and everything like that are going to go for the second game. So 5-0 is the score as the Lancers defeat these Cyclones. We'll be right back here, SportsTownChicago.com.
This is Stephen Mielhausen, the host of the Fight Club Chicago. The Fight Club Chicago used to be on Monday and Friday, 1 to 5 p.m.